Good morning, Vietnam. 28,580 NASDAQ. We are on a large downtrend. Too much too fast? Possibly. The only problem with too much too fast, excuse me. The only problem with too much too fast is the big bounce that we saw at 0445 Eastern Time. So that undoes a lot of the too much too fast thesis and gives a little bit of wiggle room for the bears to take it a little bit lower. Now, if you look on the macro charts, this is a very aggressive downtrend that formed about 24 to 48 hours ago. So, like I said earlier in the chat a couple seconds ago, is that I do think that we are nearing a swing short position. I do think we're beginning to starting to enter into some sort of the possibility of a move into markdown. I don't think we're in markdown yet, but I think we're heading that direction. So we'll see. Top wick here, NASDAQ after a big old bottom wick. Coming back up. If you look at the S&P, they are heading lower to 78.46. And my indicator messed up again. Like yesterday, it always does. I need to build another indicator there too. I got so much going on here. What is up, YouTube? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Bladro. What's up, Dan? Bladro asks, what's the all-in price for a TPT account? Live feeds, no openings, everything. The all-in cost is the cost of your evaluation, which varies from eval to eval, depending on which one you want. So the only thing you pay with TPT is the cost of the evaluation, which right now is 40% off if you use code OMTPT. So you pay 40% off on the eval, when you pay, and then you are provided with a free funded account activation credit. So when you actually do pass the evaluation, you get a credit for a free funded, and that's it. That's all you pay, period, for the life of the evaluation. Now, there are some additional costs if you choose for certain brokerages, but that's not a TPT thing. So if you want to go with Quantower, you do have to pay a one-time software license for Quantower. But Tradevate and all that other stuff is free. It all depends on which one you select. But the TPT cost is only the evaluation. That is it. All right, big old bottom wick NASDAQ. That is 100 smackaroos there coming back up. We secured 106 points per contract yesterday on NASDAQ. I'm looking to maintain the momentum. Gold right now is putting on a possible 3C. Technically, it's already given a 3C trigger, but it's still just kind of holding the consolidation range. NASDAQ is blood red. MU and SanDisk have been getting wrecked the past 3 or 4 days, like to the tune of like 20%, like getting destroyed. NASDAQ is breaking lower below major supports. The S&P is triple topping off of their all-time high price. Still a lot more bullish than NASDAQ, but it does appear that we are nearing the downside move for the S&P. After nearly a year, or actually over a year and about 5 months now since the last time we've had a decent downward move on the S&P. Sweeping top wick NASDAQ. I'm 4 for 4 this week on payouts. Do I make it 5 for 5 this week? Make it 5 for 5. We're going to try to get it going. We're going to try to post another live trade today, baby. Best in the business. If you stumbled across the OM live stream, congratulations. You stumbled across. Might as well be gold. I finally opened a TPT account yesterday, but didn't know where to put the promo code. Can you fix that, or is that too late? If you did not put a promo code in and you paid full price, just email customer service and let them know what happened, and they'll get you straightened out. Big old sweeping top wick NASDAQ, rocking back over. Huge top wick. We have the overnight pivot right here at 28,550 NASDAQ. Be aware. Be aware of that pivot after that. It's another 200 or 300 points down, baby. Aggressive call buying or call selling, put buying right here. S&P is coming off here too. And I put on some background music, and that is extremely aggressive background music. Man, NASDAQ just got clapped 100 points. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. EPS is coming down. Look at that, man. Crazy, crazy, crazy. You're welcome, Maddie. Thanks for being here, buddy. Appreciate you. NASDAQ still coming off. Massive top wick. That is a new pre-market low for NASDAQ. Do we get a volume inflow and a bounce off the overnight low area? So far, the answer is yes, to the tune of about a quick 40 points. All those levels are scalpable. Nope, they did not fix this. Come on now. Nope. Nope, that bug is still there with the hero tool, unfortunately. Oh, no, it's good. I guess if you switch to the day, it's fine. All right, we are seeing call selling, put buying all the way down. VIX is almost at 20. VIX is skyrocketing, homie. What's up, Twizzy? You caught it? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. NASDAQ still coming down. If they take out this area, you need to start looking left if you haven't already. Looking left, we don't have really anything until 28, 250, 260, which is another 300 points down. That would be a spicy session considering we're already down 2.3% on NASDAQ. But the market is blood red. Today is OPEX though. So expect shenanigans. The only thing you can expect is the unexpected. Coming down, baby. NASDAQ dropping big time, baby. Gold? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Gold's coming down. NASDAQ's dropping back down to 530. Right here. We have a lot of Fed speeches this past week. We had Trump speaking last night. Mark did not care for his speech, although it wasn't really anything we didn't already know. We have 2-star events coming out top of the hour. We have Atlanta Fed GDP at 10:45, and that is it for the day, except the fact that today is OPEX. Rocking it, man. Look at NASDAQ getting plowed all the way down. We're already down 180 points from that opening green candle. So the bulls rocketed to kind of shake out some liquidity, and then down we go. That's why I was saying the too much, too fast move doesn't necessarily play an account here because we already had a massive bounce. We had a 300-point bounce on NASDAQ, and that's difficult to apply the too much, too fast when we have such an aggressive bounce to kind of induce liquidity. And that is it. NASDAQ still getting drilled all the way down, baby. Still getting drilled all the way down. There is not any support down until 250, 260. So we're talking another 300 points on NASDAQ. There's no volume. We have very minor news coming along here at the top of the hour. They are starting to sell off a little bit of puts there, but still very red move on NASDAQ. 493, 495, 500 NASDAQ, 00 level. In order to maintain a good handle on the market, you need the 3 C's to tell you when to look to buy the dip, which is high volume with a bottom wick. And then on a price action this aggressive, you need a little bit of a higher high. You need some higher high. Still getting drilled NASDAQ all the way down, baby. All the way down. 28,478. They're already down 200 points since the open and drilling even lower. Getting killed. NASDAQ is down 2.5% and still falling. There's not a single bottom wick on this chart. You cannot look to buy the dip on a day like today. Not until you get a volume with a wick. Now, this is very aggressive out of the gate. Gold is freaking flying, baby. Gold is freaking flying, just going. I'm looking for volume. My eyes are on the volume right here. So far, no volume spikes. Just down and down and down and down. That is beautiful stuff. Do we get a volume spike with a wick? To be determined. TBD. Tuberculosis. TBD. There's our first wick of the day. Gold is absolutely rocketing, baby. Look at that. That is a 3C on the old GC, baby. 3C on the GC. 3C on the GC. Trademark that. Write that down. They are starting to buy calls and sell puts on the options chain. Right here. ES has already completely undone the entire red move. They've already bounced all the way back up and is about to take out their high of the day. NASDAQ can't even put on a green candle without top wicking. So once again, we have yet another divergence between the two indices. ES is very, very bullish. NASDAQ is very, very bearish. This has been happening all week long of massive divergences between the two. So you see that little top wick that just formed, or what was that, 500? We need that to close to get us into a long 3C position. Can they do it? Can they do it? ES is taken out high of the day. NASDAQ is taken out low of the day. Gold, freaking flying, baby. There's your 3C on gold. Love it. Freaking love it. Freaking love it. Call buying, put selling on the options chain. ES is flying. NASDAQ still cannot get over that wick at 507. What was that? 506? 506.25 right there. Two double sweeping top wicks, which means we're going down to probably 300. And sweeping rejection. S&P going to new highs. NASDAQ going even lower, baby. Crazy, crazy stuff. Massive divergence on the indexes. Massive divergence on the indexes. They've been doing this all week long. NASDAQ is now down 200 plus, 240 points from the open and not stopping. Crazy stuff. No volume, no 3Cs. If the bulls do not defend here, we're going down another 200 points. Straight freaking down. Straight freaking down, baby. And it's going to collapse. ES is now getting rejected after putting in a new high of the day. Complete divergence between the two indexes. And I'm just waiting for volume. Right now, no volume. If the bulls do not bounce this candle, we're going down another 200 points. Right here. This is a very important candle right here. And they're not bouncing it, so sayonara. Send grandma a Christmas card saying that you're not going to be able to get her a fruitcake this year for Christmas because NASDAQ's going down, baby. Going down. Is TradeAway having issues for anybody else? They were having big-time issues yesterday and overnight, yeah. But I don't know about now. I personally don't use TradeAway at the moment. So, yeah. Gold is absolutely flying, baby. Absolutely flying. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. ES just got crushed at the 50. There's not a single buyer's opportunity here for NASDAQ yet. We don't have a 3C. We barely even had any volume. The bottom wicks are just not even going. This is an incredibly, incredibly, incredibly bearish chart on NASDAQ. Some of the most bearish action we've ever seen in the past couple of weeks / months on an open. Just down, 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 down on NASDAQ, baby. Options are still bearish. The charts are just straight freaking down. Look at this. Absolutely liquidating everything on NASDAQ. This is now a 48-hour, incredibly strong bearish trend on NASDAQ. Down, down, down. We're about to hit a 300-point sell-off since the open on NASDAQ, and it's almost down 3%. Straight freaking down, baby. Straight freaking down. All the way down. No volume, no bottom wicks, no 3Cs equals bear trend. Not until I get volume. Not until I get volume will I even consider a long trade. Yesterday we were patient and took a trade and made 106 points per contract. Today I'm going to do the exact same thing, at least with patience. I don't know about the 106 points, but with patience. What's the main reason why they would do something like this? Because NASDAQ names are getting destroyed. Tech names the past week are getting absolutely eviscerated. If you look at my watch list, MU, SanDisk, SpaceX, all this stuff is just getting absolutely eviscerated while the other S&P names are doing okay. They're not the best at the moment, but look at the S&P. Most of the S&P is green today, but tech is getting absolutely eviscerated. And it's causing massive divergences this whole week. If you look on the daily chart, NASDAQ is plummeting to new lows where the S&P is still hanging out at all-time highs. They're still hanging out just under all-time highs. So the charts are completely diverged at the moment on the macro and on the short-term scale. Look at this. Every single candle is top-wicked. There's zero buying here. No 3C, no long. No 3C, no long. Do I ever look at constituent volatility? I do not. I do not. Coming back up. Another green candle, another top wick, no volume, no 3C. Let's go to the 5-minute. What do we see? We don't see any 3C on the no C on the 5-minute. So for the 5-minute, we need at least 511 to get us into a 3C indication, or whatever the high of that candle is. What's the high of that candle? 512. I would love to see a lot more volume here to indicate a bounce, but we're not even getting that. So we have two major top wicks at 511, 510. If we come up and test that again, that's going to be our 3C trigger. Otherwise, you're going to get top wicked again. Freaking Xbox is raising their prices to $800 and something. They're insane. They're insane. Options are not turning bullish. S&P is going right on back up to highs again. So the S&P is about to put a new high of the day in. NASDAQ still getting destroyed. Massive divergence between the two. Of course, today is OPEX. Another sweeping top wick on NASDAQ as they drill lower while the S&P puts in new highs. Incredibly, incredibly difficult to manage a correlated trade when the both of them are doing such an aggressive divergence. Some of the most aggressive divergences I've ever seen in the past week. Is NASDAQ going to catch up to the S&P, or is the S&P going to catch down to the NASDAQ? That's the question. That is the question, my friends. I sound like Trump? Do I? Do I sound like Trump? Usually my Trump impressions are pretty terrible. Some would say this is the most aggressive divergence we've ever seen. China, we could blame the divergence on China. All right, we're coming up again on NASDAQ. There's no volume, and the candles look very weak. Are we going to get a breach of the 3Cs? We need a 3C trigger to get me into a long position. Otherwise, I'm not taking a long position. I don't get the warm and fuzzies like I did yesterday. Are we going to do it or not? The NASDAQ is rocketing, baby. The 3Cs will lead you to the right direction. Gold, beautiful 3C. NASDAQ, we're still waiting on a 3C. Can they do it now? Can they do it now? So if you're using TradeEvade with TakeProfitTrader, you're just screwed because you can't get in a position. Yeah, but that's a TradeEvade issue, not with TakeProfitTrader. So TradeEvade in general is having major issues the past 2 days. They put out a bunch of releases last night, press releases, saying that TradeEvade is having some severe issues with their platform. So avoid trading if you're using TradeEvade. About every 6 months they do that. They have some sort of crazy data issues where you can't even use the Propfirm. That's why I don't use Trade-Evade. Trade-Evade's convenient, it's simple, but it's not reliable. And I've had too many issues with them in the past for me to rely on them. Now, unfortunately, I'm forced to use them when I go live with TPT. When they put me into a live account, you have to use Trade-Evade. All right, there's another rejection off this area. You see where the 3C trigger is. That's why I'm looking to close above that level. Otherwise, you're going to get rejected. I have no volume. I have no 3C close over the 512. Now, is this the technical 3C indicator? For right now, it is, yes. Because we're on the 5-minute, we still have another 10, no, we should have, yeah, we have about 7 minutes until this 5-minute candle closes, which it should be pretty much the same high as the last one. So you see how aggressive this 510 level actually is. It's weird these data issues happen a lot during the big downturns. Yes, sir, you're 100% right about that. 100% right about that. We're starting to see some call buying, put selling here. The S&P is much more bullish. Look at that. The S&P just bounced and rocketed to new highs while the NASDAQ is kind of pittering out down here at lows. Gold, beautiful 3C trigger. Well done if you took that trade. Oil is coming into resistance. I hate low volume bounces. There we go. Tasty Trades V2 trading is slow. Interesting. It sounds like some BS if you're relying on something that doesn't work. Your money should be tied to it, and your money's tied to it. Yeah. That's why I don't trade Trade-Evade, man. It's not reliable. They're frequently having bad problems like that. I use Rhythmic data and Quantower. The only issue with Rhythmic is that every now and then you'll get a data aggregation, craziness going on there. But that's not a Quantower thing. That's just a Rhythmic. That happens with all the Rhythmic when things go crazy. NASDAQ 50%. Yes, sir. Right there. Right off the 50. Right off the 50. And blast through it. And blast through it. Are they going to blast through it? I'm waiting for volume, man. We still haven't had a lot of aggressive volume spikes here. They rejected the 51 time, and then they regathered and launched. Still going here. NASDAQ probably going to regather up to the high. All the way up. Boom. Now we're going, baby. Now we're going. Now we're going. Launchpad. Always waiting to buy the dip, man. Buy the dip is so reliable that it's hard to even look for short positions. Even on such aggressive short moves like that, the dip is always waiting in the ranks, just waiting to just rocket launch. Waiting to rocket launch, baby. We're just going. We're doing the same thing. Squeezy price action again. Now we went down, we gathered, and now they're doing that thing where it's up and away. No top wicks, no regathering. It's just launch mode. The bears had their 30 seconds fun in the sun, and now the bulls are taking back control, baby. Just going. Rocket launch. Going, baby. Straight up. Straight freaking up. That's why we do this, baby. We're waiting to buy the dip. We're waiting to buy the dip, baby. We're waiting to buy the dip. No shorting. No shorting. Shorting is a fool's errand. It's a fool's errand. All the way up, baby. Shorting is a fool's errand. Nearly impossible to make money consistently if you're shorting. Only buy the dip. That's all there is to it, baby. That's all there is to it. All the way up. Straight down, straight up. A V. No regathering, no nothing. Just straight down and straight up. Straight down and straight up. Not the best price action in terms of volume here. No volume spikes whatsoever. Just lazy price action. Lazy price action. Like China. Basically a perfect V. Yep. Yep. So Nasdaq is catching up to the S&P. That was your signal there with the S&P freaking flying like that, going straight up. The market is green except for tech. Tech is the only thing right now that's even showing weakness, although it's strong weakness. So of course, Nasdaq bounces and flies, baby, going up to 700. Over and over and over again. Same thing every freaking day. They sell it off in the morning, they buy the dip and rock it every freaking day. It's the easiest thing in the world to trade. The easiest environment in the world to take advantage of is this right here, baby. All you have to do is buy the dip. Just wait and buy the dip. That's it. All you got to do is buy the dip. Wait to buy the dip. Play one side of the trade. That is it. That is it. Forget shorting and longing and longing and shorting. You only buy the dip. That is it. Nice, Deacon. Well done, buddy. Is a TPT reset now $200? The reset fee is based on your evaluation. Yeah, based on your evaluation size. Love it. Love it. Still going, baby. Still going. Buy the dip. Buy the dip. No shorting. Buy the dip. Love it. Still going. Trying to get a pullback to enter, but we just, no, I'm telling you, man. That was too big of a sell too fast with the S&P rocketing. You're not going to get it. You're not going to get a pullback. You're going to get straight ripping into tearing, baby. At least not. I mean, now we're coming up into the highs, so we probably will get a little top tick. But up until that point, it's just straight up, dude. Straight up. All the way up, baby. Straight up. Buy the dip. No shorting. How many times must we do this? How many times must we do this? Well done, Deacon. 200 points from the bottom. Fantastic. Well done. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Still going. Blast off. That is 230 points from the lows, baby, and we're going. And we're going. All the way up, coming up to new highs. Man, I need Lee to have his own call-out channel. Just absolutely killing it every day. I love it. I love it. Blowing it out of the water every trade. I love it. What did Hero change? I don't actually know. It started doing that thing again today. So I need to talk to him again. Massive call buying here coming up. 600 million calls purchase, baby. We're going. Coming up to 700. Straight up. This is a perfect V. This is OPEX day, so they're doing a lot of crazy stuff. Yep. Still going. Blast off, baby. Blast off. Straight freaking up, man. No shorting whatsoever. Buy the dip. No shorting whatsoever. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. This is unfreaking believable. Now we're going to the new high again, 683. That is a legit V. There was no consolidation there whatsoever. It just bottom wicked and boom. No volume whatsoever. There was not a high volume spike in any facet whatsoever. But it just pivoted and it rocketed. All the way up, baby. All the way up. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Gold's still going too, baby. I warned you all about gold. I warned you all about gold. Coming all the way up, baby. It's the easiest $25 you'll ever spend, baby. Come join the server. $25 for tier 1. Better call outs and better education than anybody in the business. Some would say the best call outs. Still going NASDAQ. Once it takes out 680, it's going to 900 all the way up. All the way up. Look at this. Straight freaking up. Straight. How many people are getting destroyed shorting? How many people are getting destroyed shorting? How many people just blew accounts trying to short the exact lows only to buy the dip and go? Unbelievable. Only longing, baby. Still going. Still going. Calls are screaming. They just put on $1.4 billion worth of calls. $1.4 billion worth of calls. And it's still going. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. What's my macro thesis? Macro thesis is, it appears on the macro chart that we are looking into switching from into the distribution phase into markdown. It does appear that way. It does appear that way. But we need to close. We need to close. If they completely engulf today's green, then, I mean, we're back to the drawing board here. But when you're entering such a long, I mean, we're in a 2-month distribution now. I mean, the accounts have been dead flat. The charts have been dead flat now for 2 months. It's very, very difficult to pinpoint when the market's going to leave and when it enters that long of a distribution. I mean, remember last year we did it like 6 months. We were in that choppy phase, and we only breached, like, tip below it by a freaking, 2 days. I think we were outside of the range before we bought back in the range. So all right, the smallest of top wicks with a little bit of volume. The smallest of top wicks with a little bit of volume. And that is it. Squeezing, baby. Look at that. Squeezing. Squeezing. Instant bottom wick. Still going, baby. 760 and freaking going. No shorting. Straight freaking up. The easiest money you'll ever have in your life. The easiest money you will ever make in your life is to buy the freaking dip. Buy it up, baby. Stop shorting the market and just buy the dip, baby. Squeezing everybody and their mom is trying to short this market right now. Everybody. I guarantee you every single Discord out there is telling their people to short right now. Every single one of them. Because of what happened this morning. They were FOMOing into short positions. And now we're up almost 400 points from the lows, baby. All the way up. All the way up. Buy the dip, baby. No shorting. 775 we're going. Boom. Still going. Incredible. Boom. Incredible, dude. Absolutely incredible. Look at this. This is an OPEC squeeze. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Boom. Unbelievable. Can we please get a pullback? No, sir. You cannot. No real... I did not buy the dip because no real V-spike, as you pointed out. That's the first criteria. As a novice, should be strictly... If you're a novice, yes. You need to learn to really hunker down on that stuff. Yes. I refuse to FOMO it. I'm sitting pretty in gold right now. I'm happy about it. Yep. A 400-point instant reversal on NASDAQ. 400-point instant reversal on NASDAQ. Crushing the souls of everybody. Crushing the souls of everybody who tried to short the market. Beautiful stuff all the way up. Good morning, Richard. What's up? How you doing? I applied your strategy from yesterday, and I'm slowly coming back. My method is 100 profit at a time, 2 to 4 contracts. Still refilling with a stop loss and taking profit. Nice. Well done, Richard. Good stuff. Do I think the NASDAQ will get new all-time highs this year? I don't know. Amazing stuff. Still going. Not a single top wick to sell. Only long, baby. Until you get a lower low, do not close long positions. This is one of those OPEX days where we could go. Remember conditions. Remember conditions. Remember conditions. Remember conditions. This is not a normal day. This is OPEX day, and they've already tipped their hand that they're doing crazy stuff. And when they do crazy stuff, you got to see if they'll let you be a part of that crazy stuff. This is not a normal day. This is OPEX, which means theoretically they could undo the entire week of red. They can undo every dime of red today because it's OPEX. If they do that, you want to be a part of that. You want to be a part of that. Let your positions eat. You've already paid for the ticket. You've already paid for the entry into the Golden Corral. Now you get to go to the buffet and eat. We're still going, baby. 790. We're still going, baby. 790. Straight up. No shorting. Straight up, baby. No shorting. Look at this. Straight up. All the way up, baby. Make all the money you want. Make all the money you want. Securing 5 payouts in a row, baby. 400-point bounce. All the way up. I just ate a Golden Corral yesterday, and that was not what I remembered. Dude, nothing is what I remembered. 95% of all experiences of eating out is absolutely atrociously awful. Not just bad, but atrocious. There's only a very few select spots that we'll even consider going out to eat anymore because it's just terrible. Not to mention you're paying an insane price for extremely crappy food. Most of the food I buy, I wouldn't even feed to my dog. And I don't even have a dog. And I still wouldn't feed it to him. That's how they do OPEX, man. They provide extreme fear by a 400-point dump, and then they rocket it down your throat and undo the entire week in one session. In one session. I wish Canada would get their wildfires under control. There's some pretty nasty footage coming out about those wildfires. Boom. If you had a runner left from 28.5, where would you place your stop? 720. 700. I'd place it at 700. 700. The air quality here has been awful. Yeah. Still going, baby. Still going. Still going. Straight up. No shorting. Do not short. 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 Have you noticed 2 different themes the past 2 days? Or, I mean, heck, every day. Have you noticed? Didn't take a short position yesterday. Didn't take a short position today. I'm not chasing the short moves. I only buy the dip. I only buy the dip. Thanks, OM, and everyone locked out. This is the best server, period. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you, buddy. Welcome being here. Appreciate you being here. If they wanted to undo this again, could they? Sure, they could. It's OPEX. They could do anything. OPEX days are crazy. OPEX days are crazy. There's 481 active fires in my province. 380 last higher. 10-year national average. Ooh, man. It's crazy. Still going. New high of the day. NASDAQ is straight up, baby. Straight up. Blue Angel pilots were cleared, not a court-martial. Yeah, that's probably a bad move. I think that was probably influenced by HeadSec if I had to guess. You can't make that kind of... I mean, that's... People don't understand how easy that could have been a catastrophe. There's a reason why there's minimums, and there's a reason why that we're the best Air Force in the world is because we have extreme discipline, because we do not allow that kind of stuff. So, massive green straight up, baby. No shorting. Look at this. This is extraordinary. There's not a single top wick that closed lower on the 5-minute. It's all up, up, and away. So, your trailing stop should be climbing higher. Right now that we broke higher, you move your trailing stop up. I told you all that you set your trailing stop at 700. Now, in my opinion, it needs to be about 780. And then leave it there until we break the next level, which is about 900. This is extraordinary. This is a game-changing, extraordinary move. OPEX. All the way up. All the way up, baby. That is it. Without the volume spike, who would have prompted a long entry? I caught the short this morning. Would have loved the long as well. Well, when you don't get a high volume spike, it doesn't get you in the early entry. That's the key there. When I see the incredibly high volume spike, I don't like yesterday, for example, I nearly caught the exact bottom because we had a volume spike. We had an aggressive clear wick. Didn't quite set up the same way today, but still, once you see the momentum building, you have to make a decision. And in my mind, today's OPEX, we had a very red session. We had a very quick, too much, too fast move out of the gate. Not the overnight session, but that was a 400 point quickly out of the gate. I don't like it when if you're taking notes and you like to mark conditions. If they dump it that far, that hard out of the gate, that's a huge red flag for me in terms of trying to be a bear. When I see 400 points straight out of the gate like that, they're going to set you up for a bounce. You just don't know how far they're going to bounce it in the afternoon, late morning, and you have to play that. So that's one thing going through my head there. And then once they clear the high and start building momentum and you start to see the S&P divergence, which we talked about many times, the S&P was going to new highs while NASDAQ was going down. So which one was going to catch up? And I wait for that signal. Now we know when the NASDAQ is catching up to the S&P, not the other way around. In a market which is predominantly green, this entire market is very, very green except for tech. And now we know. SanDisk just completely reversed all their red. MU did as well. And off to the races. Except the channel is in her pattern. Now, this is just an OPEX move. This is an OPEX option squeeze after this whole month and week of just downtrending. And they just blew through 400 points, 450 points in no time. Watch them reverse it again. I mean, you can't write anything off on OPEX day. You can't write anything off on OPEX day. I just saw my badge. Though I've been here since 21, I was a freeloader for 3 years. Uh-oh. Yeah, I can't reward freeloading. It's crazy stuff. Incredible, incredible bull rally. Love the stream. Thanks, Eamon. Appreciate you. Love it. Nice, John. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Not a fan of shorting, man. It's just low probability. Not conducive to success. It's so, I mean, it's just so incredibly easy to sit here and wait for a long opportunity. Instead of worrying about shorting and longing, if you're going to be a bear, here's my thing. If you're going to be a bear and short, then you need to make the decision to only short. Not long, short, long, short. You only short. You only wait for the opportunity to short, and that is it. And if you're going to be a bull, you only wait for the opportunity to long. And that's on the indexes. That's not considering everything else, because not everything else is as relentlessly bullish as the indices. Patience. It's called patience. Yes. That's an unfortunate typo. I love it. I only long now. I found a 90% loss rate when shorting and a 60% win rate when longing. So the math was checking out. Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Like, I'm not being obtuse here. But I mean, look, how many people just try to short that top wick? Instant engulfing green candle. I mean, I'm telling you, what Celsius just said is exactly what I experience in my DMs. When y'all come to me for help in my DMs, hey, OM, I'm struggling. What do I do? All right. What's your trade log like? How often are you shorting? What are your most trades losing look like? Well, I was short on a green day. Well, I tried to reverse green days. My mom gave me my lunch money and I blew it on a short position. Stop shorting the market. I haven't taken a single short position in 2 days, 3 days on the S&P and NASDAQ. Now, everything, like I said, short other stuff, whatever. Do your thing. But on ES and NASDAQ, man, it's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. Another bottom wick, baby, still going. Oh, yeah. Man, I am giving tier 2 just gold. Absolute gold. Absolute gold. There we go. Still going NASDAQ on up. What's up, Mojo? How you doing? 100%. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I use Claude to make a custom trading app. Use Claude to analyze trades. In addition to no shorting, I found AM sessions way outperform the PM sessions. I use Claude to help. Absolutely. I agree with all that, Kraken. Let's release the Kraken, man. What's up? I've been here for 4 years, and it's just in the last 6 months I finally took consistently weekly payouts with the exception of the last 4 weeks. It was an emotional drain with my daughter and finally home. Well, I'm glad she's doing well, I know you have been here for a while. One of the more consistent messengers in the Discord, so I do appreciate your patronage in the community, and I wish you well on the family. What kind of gold am I given? Thinking about tier 2 and you're teasing me with a good time. Signals for longer term trades. So I don't do many scalp positions in tier 2. I'm getting into posting more swing trades. I'm using Claude to help me do that. I'm building a lot of tools, videos, weekly briefs, macro levels, weekly analysis, etc., etc. Calls are too easy today. Yes, sir. I want to pull back so bad. No. The market will not give you a pullback. Today's OPEX, man, this is one of those things you've got to understand in your trading notes. So if you have a trading log or a trading journal or whatever, write down OPEX days as one of the main things to learn. So there's a lot of stuff in terms of market awareness. Being market aware is definitely a part of a system. Having a watch list that like me, a litmus test of the market is part of the system. Understanding divergences and why, when, how is part of the system. OPEX days are part of the system. And today was an OPEX day. Craziness, shenanigans abound. Craziness abounds. TPT, man, they make it easy. Daily payouts. Do you know what it's like to have a prop firm that gives you unrestricted, no-capped daily payouts? It takes away the nonsense of Top Step, where Top Step capped my payouts. I could take out as much as I want. It's amazing. Do it. If you want a prop firm, go do it. You know what I need to do? I don't think the wife will sign off on this. You know what I need to do? Take every dime I make with prop firms this year for the rest of the year and place them into my BKR. And then in December, I take all that money and put it on one single 0 DTE SPX trade. Propfirm. Propfirm Lotto, baby. That'll be the name of the video. That'll be amazing. Maybe do have. I found TPT because of you. Super grateful. Nice, Slater. Appreciate you. 1 minute bull flags work so well on strong trend days. Yes, sir, they do. Why don't you do a month's worth or something like that? Easier to sell. Yeah. Wife wouldn't sign off on that anyway. It'd have to be a month. Does gold look like it'll keep going? Let's go take a look at gold. Yeah, I don't like that pattern. We called the 3C here at the bottom at 39.75. Still going. We have a couple of top wicks. And of course, we kind of have this little wedgie look going, which I don't trust wedges in terms of accuracy, but it is showing signs of high volume top wicks, which is not a good indication of downtrend. So we have a high volume top wick here, we have a high volume top wick here, we have a high volume top wick here, and that's usually a sign of distribution for a break back down to retest about 39.84. So, not to mention we're already rejecting all of this crap here. So we have a little bit of a roadblock to get through. You're welcome, Hider Trades. So with TPT, I thought there was no activation fee. Yeah, so when you go to activate your funded account, after you pass your evaluation, go to the payment screen and go to the bottom and you'll see an activation fee. As long as you use the discount code of OMTPT, if you look to the bottom, you'll see an activation credit. You select the credit, you don't pay with your credit card. And you'll be right. Good stuff. A pollution expert says that spending a full day in New York City's wildfire smoke is equivalent to smoking 10 cigarettes. Detroit is now experiencing the worst air quality in the world right now. You shot at 83 today? Nice. One more stroke and you'll get down to my all-time best score. Are we finally going to get a pullback? I bet you do, Dan. I bet you do. What was our highest volume candle at 1017? Highest volume candle at 1017 here. That was a decent volume, high-ish volume top wick, yes. So will we get a pullback? Maybe. I mean, I'm sure they got to have a pullback a little bit eventually, but I mean, do you really want to short on a market like this? You're playing with fire, man. You're playing with Canadian wildfire when you try to short this type of price action. There are days, though, you could put on, a confident short position, But this is not it, man. Look at this. I mean, you're going to get demolished. Steamroller. It's going to, this has the look where it's going to kind of, all the way up. It's wild up here near the border, I'm telling you. Everywhere else it smells like a campfire. That's crazy, dude. It's crazy. When I was driving home, I'd blaring on the speakers, your voice was breathing heavy saying, buy the dip. Nice, Dan. Dude, how early did you get up to wake up and already shoot an 83? It's like 7 o'clock this morning there. It's my first time buying a TPT and I passed it. Nice, Arctic. Now, I'm telling you, man, you've just done the hard work. You passed your evaluation on TakeProfitTrader, and it's about to get so good. TakeProfitTrader with daily payouts. All you have to do is just take it easy, nice and slow, get through that buffer, and you could start raking it in. You have 1 or 2 good weeks. You could literally change your year on 1 or 2 good weeks with TakeProfitTrader. 1 or 2 good weeks. You go on a winning streak, and you can make all the money you want for the year. And use that money to pad your account, take it easy, and relax a little bit. Do it, man. Do it. Dan don't mess around when it comes to tee off. Never underestimate the addiction to golf. Yeah. Yeah. This does look like a possible top tick pattern on NASDAQ, although I wouldn't recommend shorting a price action like this. Yeah, it took a family to break my addiction, man. I loved golf. I was absorbed, completely consumed with golf. But once running a business and family and kids, I just didn't have time to do it. And that broke the addiction. Most guys ignore wives and destroy their marriages over golf. Yeah. I love it. You know, golf is amazing. It's a great sport. But just didn't have time. I live in a retirement area here on the east coast of North Carolina. There's a golf course every 10 miles. Oh, I bet, dude. I bet. Golf's a great workout if you walk the course. Yep. We look like we're putting in a bit of a small micro distribution area for a small top tick, but again, I'm not condoning shorts today. Not yet, at least. Today's OPEX. We could have a crazy reversal to dump it all this afternoon. I could see that possibility, but you certainly don't want to front run that until you see the signs. Leave the runner, set a stop, enjoy the weather. Yeah, buddy. I got to say, man, this summertime has been pretty awesome in terms of heat. Usually July, August is my least 2 favorite months of the year because it's like walk out on the sun. I feel like my house is like living on the sun. But the past couple weeks, it's been beautiful. Like yesterday, I took a 10-minute nap out on the porch. It was beautiful. Like 85 degrees. It was great. Great to think we are 400 points down even after that move. Yeah, I mean, it shows you how aggressive the move was at the open. There's so much I need to learn about Claude. Here we go, coming down. It's only been an hour. You're in Volcano National Park, Volvic? No. Time for you to be the #1 Claude channel on YouTube? Dude, I'd love to do that. I don't know if I need another trade here, though, man. I certainly don't want to short, although I'm sure we'll have a pullback or something. I just don't want to put on a short position. It's Friday, baby. Goal is extraordinary. Imagine your children being professionals added by their teens. Be self-made millionaires in their 20s. Yeah. Is this an official top tick or bear trap? This is an official 3C short indication. This is triggering a 3C short. However, I cannot advise you all to short this market. It's too crazy. It's on OPEX day. So y'all short at your own desire, but not me. Not me. Are there any news trading rules with TPT Pro? With the Pro account, yeah, you can't trade the 3 big news events, which is CPI, NFP, non-farm payroll, and FOMC. But it's only 1 minute before and 1 minute after. So you don't need to be trading those anyway, but those are gambles. But yeah, you have to wait until 1 minute after the news posts. Oh my gosh, routine. What is OPEX? That is the monthly options expirations of the monthly contracts, yes. It's every month about smack dab in the middle of the month. All right, NASDAQ is coming back over 766. Right there. There's your 3C trigger short. You see what I mean by the 3Cs, man? All you got to do is follow the 3Cs, and that's it. Follow the 3Cs, and that's it. Nice, BG. Well done, buddy. Self-deprecating humor. Is there only? That's the only kind, yeah. The best kind. Gotta laugh at yourself, man. Gotta laugh at yourself. Browse Claude's skills. I need to learn about skills. How do I use those skills? I'm teaching basic AI next year. I'll tell the students about your path with Claude. Oh, thank you. I turned that VPA book into a skill. Heck yeah, man. If it didn't close that candle back up. Yep, so they're still bottom wicking it with volume too. You see the volume come in on the 5 minute there? Bottom wick back up. Start buying SpaceX yet? Not yet. We still have a long way to go. I mean, we're getting closer, but not yet. SpaceX has been down since the IPO, which I think pretty much everybody expected. Did the big pop up initially as retail piled in, and then they unloaded the dog crap. And we're about 25 points away from me to start actively dollar cost averaging the SpaceX and never stopping. But if we start hitting basically the lower we go, the more I'm going to buy. We came back down just now on NASDAQ into the June lows and bottom wick. We didn't officially hit the lows. We were still a couple hundred points away. But that is a massive, massive bottom wick. The overall theme of trading, if you're a retail trader and you're looking to improve, if you can follow the general premise of if the market is overly red, you start looking to buy, you will do okay most of the time. The market loves to buy the dip, even on severe red macro trends, such as 2022 or the coronavirus crash. There's still amazing buy the dip opportunities. You have to know when to hit the gas pedal and when to hit the brakes and all that stuff, sure. But the general premise is on overly bearish environments, if you can look to simply buy the dip because everyone's going to try to chase the shorts, you can do okay. Most of the time. Yes, you're going to have losses. Yes, you're going to catch falling knives sometimes. But generally, you're going to do better than someone who's trying to look for short positions. Thanks, Owen. I feel like I'm definitely improving. Nice, Ellis. I feel like I got in a bit late, but pulled out a nice day on that move. Wouldn't have done it without you. Thanks, Ellis. I appreciate you. Thank you for the kind comments. I'm excited you get to enjoy the rest of your weekend. I recommend shutting it down. I recommend locking it up and enjoying the rest of your weekend so the market can't touch your weekend. If you get SpaceX sub 70, it's an insta-buy for 10 years and retire. Yes, sir, 100%. Why not do CSPs on SpaceX if you have a price you're happy with? I mean, it's not a bad idea, Grizzly. That's not a bad idea. That's one of the best ways to accumulate shares, in my opinion. Oh, I'm jabroni, yeah. Now we just need to get the YouTube live streams to grow, baby. We need to get the live streams to grow. See, bottom wick back up. That's why I'm not a fan of shorting this market right here. It's just relentlessly green, baby. Relentlessly green. If they break these highs here, your 3C trigger will be off the books. And now we're coming up to 29 G's, baby, 29 G's. I listen to instrumental, concentration music in the background while I'm streaming, and they just put on some German techno computer synthesizer song. I'm like, this is not helping me concentrate. Listen to German music in the back. Like 80s music. 28,870 still going, baby. Gold with the nice rejection. We talk about the gold setup here. Just a symphony of price action, man. I've been reading gold like perfectly today. Today is amazing. Just on the money. Clear accumulation or distribution pattern, I'm sorry, with volume. 3 Cs confirmed by three high volume top wicks. And then that was good for about 15, 20 points on NASDAQ, or on gold. NASDAQ new high of the day, baby. That is a 140-point bounce and going up to 29,000. Still going. I have an HSA account. I realize that money is not being invested. Do you recommend investing the money now or just leave it in cash? I would invest it. Yep. Find something. Buy SpaceX. Or transfer it to something that you're going to make money on, something you can trust. I have no idea what the market's going to do in the next couple of months. I got to believe we're going to have a pullback of some sort on the macro, but who knows, dude? This is just some crazy stuff. Fix OM's computer. Is something wrong? Is there something wrong with the internet? What? Look up HSA hacking. There you go. I feel like Logan's in finance. You always make comments that are very astute with financial knowledge. Are you in finance? I'm disconnecting frequently. Am I disconnecting frequently for everybody or just you? Tax and finance. Nice, Logan. Nice. It is 10:42. We got about 45 minutes left until the London close here. The market has put on an incredible OPEX day recovery. All the way up. Friday, baby. CL is doing a sweep and dump. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. A CL dump is exactly what we need for an NQ catalyst. That'd be incredible. Incredible. Oh, just lost my rhythmic. I just lost the old rhythmic. But no rhythm. We have about 1 billion in calls here. I need to hit refresh. But what y'all think? What y'all think? Yeah, we're at 770 million in calls, and there are about 1 billion puts purchased. Are we going to get a markdown is the question. Will we get a markdown is the question. Our numbers are off from each other? Yeah, I'm sure they are, dude. I reset my competition account today and made the goal. I'm out. Nice OF. Not sure what to do here after the initial move. You get that big, long endorphin hit after hammering such a trade, and after that, you just have no desire. It's like yesterday, man. You just have no desire to trade again. At least that's for me, at least. I don't like putting on multiple trades a day. I get my money, and I'm gonna hang out with Claude for a little bit, and I'm starving. I am freaking starving. Big old bottom wick gone back up. How fast do we fall if we break into that box? I don't know, man. I don't, like I said, the buyers are doing a great job of defending this little pivot here at 29.88 or 780. That is the 3C right here, 29.780. So Is there Rhythmic on Quantower working? I did just have a momentary lapse on Rhythmic, but it connected just fine. Everything seems to be up and running. I'm currently not in a position, so I can't tell from that. I mean, I could scalp in and out of a micro real quick to see if it works, but everything seems fine. My data showing as connected. I'm just over trading now and giving back money on the day that I'm out. Have a great day. Thanks for being here, Dalai Lama. Hey, Lama. Hey, if you wouldn't mind switching over to the website, turn that name red, baby. But thanks for being here. Good on you for figuring out that you are over trading. Over trading will destroy you. In fact, it's one of the main problems of the retail trader is over trading. Somewhere along the way between 2021 and now, with all the online influencers, trading influencers, Discords, Reddits, all that, etc., it's been normalized to trade 15, 20, 30 times a day, 50 times a day, sometimes even 150 times a day. I've seen people take 150 scalps in a day. It sounds insane, but yeah. That is not true. Do yourself a favor. Stop shorting and only trade 1 to 2 times a day, and all of a sudden trading might actually become pretty enjoyable. If you have the guts to wait and be patient for that one single snipe, maybe even a second follow-on shot, and that's it. Trading might actually start becoming pretty enjoyable for the most part. There's going to be stress still. You're still going to want to punch yourself in the face every now and then. Yes, sir. Just go ahead and sign up, or ma'am. Just go ahead and sign up on the new site. Go sign up on the new website as if you were a new customer and shoot me a DM, and I'll get you squared away. Thanks, Llama. When you die on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going for me, which is nice. I had 3 100% trades and gave it all back. About 40% taking 2 more after my wins. Yeah. It's very difficult to shut off that I need more brain. You think it stops when you're a kid. I want more, mommy. It doesn't stop. You just go from calling it mommy to I need more market. It's difficult to shut that off. Yet we yell at our kids when they want more ice cream. You've already had enough ice cream. Stop asking for more. But yet you do it yourself. Not sure if you were calling me male or female. Now, I always default to saying sir, like in the server, but there's a lot of females that trade here too, and I've made the mistake of calling a female sir. Like Twizzy, I accidentally called him one time. Y'all are crazy. Never forget. I love it. Are we going to start giving back the NASDAQ? Broke 760 again. It's possible. It's possible. I'm the opposite. I'm done after one good trade, but really struggle on not forcing trades if it goes poorly. There you go. Yeah, just head over to, pick the pricing, whichever tier, sign up, throw me a DM. I'll get you taken care of. Appreciate you. Thanks for doing that for me. Oh, man, oh, man. We do have a 3C breach right now. We have high volume. We have a top wick. We actually have 3 top wicks. And now we have a move under the trigger. Are you going to take it or not? Me, I'm not. I'm not. I don't like it. I'm about to sign off and get some food. I've earned my freedom for the day. I am thinking about opening up 5 new evals. I don't know if I should do it today or tomorrow or Monday though, and just doing like not even trading, like copy trade 5 of them, but only put on 1 quick micro just to check the box, and then come after it and try to put on a trade on Monday. Because since you have to do 5 days, we've had almost 50 units sold since launching on SIG. We're starting to learn how to scale. Nice, Phil. That's awesome, man. If there was a way I could help you, I'd do it. That's fantastic. I love it. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, but there's a payout cap, Disciple. That's the problem. That's the only thing I like about it. Tradeify is a fantastic company as well. It's the other Propfirm I affiliate with. Use code OM, by the way, with Tradeify. But they're payout caps, man. It's just, I don't like it. I don't like it. But yeah, if you do want a straight to funded account and not even mess with the evals, Tradeify is a great option. Fantastic, reputable company, lightning fast payouts. Don't really get involved in a lot of drama. They do some cool competitions, but they have payout caps. That's the problem with them. So that's what makes TakeProfitTrader the best. But Tradeify is a good second option. My name is Jeff, and I'm an overtrader. Might have to take next week off. Aren't we all, man? The market is very difficult to trade. The market is very difficult to trade. If you are able to make a good amount of money in this market, stop. If you do that over the long haul, because remember, it's not about today. It's about next year, the year after that, and so on and so forth. You have to maintain consistency. Stay in the fight. You're never out of the fight until you blow your account. Maintain the fight. Round 1. Fight. Coming under 760 here. 28,760. $50 Fibonacci. Is about 650. Right here, baby. Coming on down 660. Looking a bit heavy. We do have a 3C trigger right here. We do have a triple top 3C trigger on down. It's just I am making the choice of not trading, of not shorting. I'm making the choice not to short just because it's been working well for me this week. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And that's okay. Still going. Does look like the same as yesterday's bull trap. Let's take a look. You talking about in the afternoon? Yeah, it's a little different. Today the trap was for the bears. Yesterday, they sold it hard over a longer time frame. That's the difference. So if you look in the morning, it went from the market opened 9:30 all the way until 11:35, 12:35 Eastern. So it took them 2 hours to drop the market, whereas today they did it in about 15 minutes, and then launchpad. So in terms of direction, yeah, up and down and back up again. But today was a kind of a different setup in terms of momentum, kind of capturing the bears there. Now we're coming back down. So like I said, it's OPEX. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. They could reverse all this back down. First target here is going to be the 50 of 654. And that's it. Never realized today, but they said that that's the blue and that green. Blue-green, maybe. All right, 28,650. We're going for the 50% Fibonacci. We're already down 200 points from the top. It's good stuff. 200 points. That's hilarious. So you got your 3C right here, which we broke. And now we're coming on down. First target's going to be 650. 654-ish. Love it. It's pretty funny. Saw the biggest bug I've ever seen in my life yesterday, sitting on the car, literally the size of my hand. I have no idea what it is. Is it kind of risky to hold CL over the weekend? You just never know what Trump's going to say. There's always a risk. Now, it has been on a steady downtrend now for many weeks, months. You'll probably be okay, but you never know. He loves to indicate war on late Friday and save the world on Monday. So, have ever been to Australia? The centipedes eat birds. I've never been to Australia. Centipedes scare the bejesus out of me. Yeah, I don't like centipedes. I think it goes back to my childhood of watching Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. Remember when he gets caught in the room where the ceiling is crushing him? I think that's where my fear of centipedes began. You're short now. Yeah, I think you'll probably be okay with that one. I think you'll be okay with that one. That is an absolutely extraordinary top wick, right there. So. But what I just did this morning, in terms of, especially in like the tier 2 watch list channel, that right there should be the essence of your trading. Is take time in the morning when you're sipping on your coffee and you're sitting at your desk to look at multiple different names and look at the major resistances and pivots and exploit those. A couple of times a week, if you track enough names, you're going to find something that's coming into a major resistance or a major support. And then you just have to execute. That is horrendous, Ellis. Horrendous. And venomous. That's terrible. Can you imagine one of those like wrapping up your foot when you're camping? It's like the camel spiders in Afghanistan. Terrible. Had those in Oman? Yeah. Spent a lot of time in Oman too. Giant centipedes caught eating thousands of baby birds. Giant carnivorous centipedes on the South Pacific Island can kill and eat 3,700 seabirds a year. It's creepy. Gold, baby. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. The French tax office is worse. I love it. Nasdaq still coming down. Dang, you're killing me. Right now, we are seeing a tremendous amount of call buying and a tremendous amount of put selling. The options on the 0 DTE flow is very, very bullish. Very, very bullish. Will we get another bounce to trap the bears twice and put us into the stratosphere? Does the opening range typically act like a support resistance? Oh, man. Yeah. I'm careful to call it a support and resistance because it's a range. But it does offer activity at those levels, I think is a better term. Activity. There we go, bouncing back up. Beautiful. Aggressive call buying on the 0 DTEs. At giggity. All right. Coming up on London close, baby. Coming up on London close. I need to go to London one day. Love it. Coming up on 0 DTEs. Aggressive call buying on the 0 DTE scale. It's fantastic. What was the call? No, I'm talking about 0 DTE calls. There's 1.5 billion calls on Spot Gamma right now. Hero Tool. Tremendous amount of calls being purchased. We had that yesterday, though. Look what happened. No, you're 100% right about that. You're 100% right. Yeah, they're selling the crap out of puts, too. The puts are going straight up. They just sold off $1.2 billion worth of puts in the past couple of minutes. So the options are incredibly bullish. They're actively incredibly bullish. We'll see if that actually plays out. Honestly, still, you need 3C to get you in a position. So if I see volume spike with a bottom wick, we get in a long position. It's almost deer season. Any deer hunters in here? But also consider we are getting further and further into the morning, which means confidence goes lower and lower. Deer season's year round now. I love it. So confidence spikes as you get into the 11 o'clock, 11:30 range. Or 10 o'clock, 10:30 range. And then it starts to dwindle as you get into the 11 o'clock, 11:30 range. And then after about 12 o'clock, no trading whatsoever. Between 10 o'clock Eastern or 12 o'clock Eastern and about 2 o'clock Eastern time, you should be taking no trades. And then you start to be able to reduce, to increase your confidence a little bit as you go into the afternoon. But that middle of the day pack, no bueno, man. There's no analysis to be had. There's no nothing. Go get yourself a sandwich. And that's it. Can't wait to get back in the woods. Heck yeah, man. Our raspberries are coming in. I can't wait for raspberries. 2:30 for me. 2 o'clock has never offered me anything during FOMC. There you go. Yeah, even better. Have a great day, Coach Mac. See you back on Monday. Beautiful, beautiful week, man. It's been a fantastic week. I've really enjoyed this week. Not only because of the payouts, but because of the execution. And, of course, we started calling trades again. Haven't called trades in 3 years. We started again, and it's going pretty well. I'm easing back into it. But I hope y'all see the intent of the called trades. I hope y'all see the intent of the called trades and what I'm trying to do there. If I see a 3C long position, I'm going to take it. with small position sizing because we're getting to the afternoon, simply because the options are incredibly extended. But I can't take a position on the options alone. I need price action, and right now the price action is not giving us a long signal yet. Talking through this stuff helps me, helps you, helps me, because I talk through it and I verbalize it. When you verbalize it, you put it out in the ether, in the atmosphere, and you make it a contract with yourself. And that's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. Big help to us. Oh, thanks, Mojo. I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you appreciating me. Do you do the call trades here too? No, sir, I don't. I don't call trades on YouTube. I give you all enough free stuff. I can't give you all everything. You're not going to buy the milk if I give you the cow for free. When we speak out loud to ourselves, the brain has to stop and listen. Yeah, I think it does. It has to collaborate and listen, for sure. Tier 2, baby. Tier 2. Using my call entry as resistance. Where if that happens to me sometimes, Trippy Mike, it happened to me last week, 2 weeks ago. But the position I lost on is where that happened. It used my entry as resistance, and that's the most aggravating thing in the world. Can't figure it out. Patience. Usually when that happens, you get overly zealous and you get in early. So pump the brakes for a couple of minutes and your entry should improve. I'm at the 50 fib of the morning bounce. Yes, nice, Kennedy. Yeah. We're almost there for NASDAQ. NASDAQ's 50 is 656. The call buying and the put selling is very bullish, but I need a 3C on the price action. And then, of course, in 11 minutes, we have the London shakeout. We'll have the London shakeout. We can get ourselves a baked potato with baked beans on it. There we go. Come on. The options are on your side, Trippy Mike. The options are on your side. Are we going to get the volume? So far, we don't have volume. Not to say, I think this morning can prove to you that you can bounce without volume. The higher high is about to be breached. And then, of course, you've got the other stuff. Like, what's the ES doing? What's SpaceX and all the other cats and the tech cats doing? AVGO went on an algo run. Everything did. It's crazy stuff, man. had the strong urge to buy calls at the top, so I bought puts. Successful counter to my OG retail mind. I've done that before too. I've countered myself before. The problem is with countering yourself, though, is that you get so good at countering yourself and reading price action that your counters begin to counter your counter, and then your counters start to fail. So you have to stop countering your counter, or you'll have to counter the counter of your counter, and it's just no good. You run into a bad loop. It's no good. I find myself trying to catch small moves for a quick 50 to 100 profit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Here's the way I approach that, Richard, is that I put on positions for the intent of large moves, 100 point, 200 point, 300 points, etc. on NASDAQ. If it turns into a quick 20-point scalp, so be it. But my job as a trader is to consistently apply my strategy at high confidence locations where 2 to 3 times a quarter, every 3 months, I catch myself a very large move. A couple of 100 points, 300, 400 points with full position sizing. I don't mean a 400 point move on one micro contract. I mean 400 points on 2 or 3 minis that makes my profits for a quarter. Because you're talking, a couple of thousand, tens, $20,000. That's the goal. If you're gunning for 10 or, very small $50 to $100 moves, then you are going to inch your way into death. Aim small, miss small. That's what I'm looking for. Would you ever consider throwing out a bone to the YouTube then with 10 types of other guy? Man, not really. I think I give out a lot of free stuff. I mean, I have the full YouTube channel. I've got my podcast. I give analysis on YouTube, which I think is in and of itself as helpful as the call outs if you're listening properly. So I gotta leave something for the Discord. The Discord's got a community. We have a lot of people, 400 and something people in the tier 1, I think it was, that are chatting and interacting, like-minded. We're having fun. We're laughing. We're working. We keep the crap out. We keep the profit and loss statements out of the channel so we're not getting FOMO. I do the call-outs. I think we have a good community. So it's more than just a trading, it's like call-out place. It's a trading community, which I'm very proud of. I give too much, I'm overpaying. Even call-out servers only post trades recaps on YouTube. Nobody does live stream free. There you go. Honestly, $25 a month is an amazing value. You got people charging $400 a month for a YOLO call-out Discord. Yeah. I can't justify. I mean, I'm very confident in my abilities, don't get me wrong. But I can't justify charging $400 for a Discord entry. I just can't do it. $400 is a lot of money for a month. All right, Nasdaq still coming off. We still do not have a long 3C indication here. There's still no bullish price action on the charts. Despite the options, we still do not have bullish price action on the charts. It's a Honda Civic payment. Do they even make Honda Civics anymore? What an encounter. That's right. I captured this morning's big move on MES, but I have to work to not overtrading to give back profit. Thanks for the guidance. You're welcome. Doesn't even do inflation adjustments pricing. That's right. I mean, at this point, I probably need to charge $50 a month for the inflation adjustment for going back into 2020. The algos are on to you. Dude, the order book has decades and decades and decades of information about the order book intertwined in it. Do you think you're the only one who longed that exact position? No. Trust me. I've been there. I've been there. Nobody wants a Honda Civic until your kid is driving age. Yeah. Not me. I want my kids in the biggest, heaviest vehicle I can find. I would put them in a tank if I could do it. Volvos are indestructible. Does it come with a case of granola bars? MRAPs, absolutely. I got my son a 1990 Bronco. Yeah. There's your bottom wick here. We need to get over 741. We need to get over Trippy Mike's call leg. Call strike. Come on, Trippy Mike. We need your call strike to fill. A Swede's blonde girl comes with one. What does she pronounce that? Ah, there you go. Don't they make a diesel Volvo? Coming up. Coming up. 742. The options activity is very bullish. Very, very bullish. A Toyota Hilux. Dude, I will so buy a Toyota Hilux if they ever come here. I trade SPX calls. I made my target for the day. No comes from the mental battle. Stop trading. Can't lose since I have a day job. Yeah. Nice, Kraken. Force yourself out of positions if you have to be at the computer. If you are on YouTube and you want to see more, come back and join us next week. We stream every single day, Monday through Friday, in the mornings. I give out live calls for the Discord, not the YouTube. Come join us. I have almost 500,000 miles on my 2016 Honda CR-V. NASDAQ is trying to come up to this area. I think they're going to do it. I think Trippy Mike is going to be rewarded. I think Trippy Mike is going to be rewarded right here. 28,740. I have a 2018 Toyota Tundra. I love that thing. It's got 104,000 miles. Love that truck. Had an old Dodge US Army S Golf. Nice. Another profitable week. Have a solid weekend. All nice, Majestic. Well done, buddy. I have a 2018 Hyundai Sonata. 290,000 miles. Just sold my Kia Sedona. Nice. Can we get this level? If we do, we'll have our 3C. We'll have options on our side. And back up to the highs of 29 Gs, baby. Game time, Trippy Mike. Ford Focus, 200K. Nice. Here it comes, Trippy Mike. One more push and you should be back to green. Nice, Kennedy. Well done, buddy. Watch out for negative social credit. Yeah. All right, there is the London close. London close. Good stuff, baby. Fantastic session. Extraordinary session. Multiple setups provided in the chat. Paid huge, huge dividends. It's been a fantastic week too, man. It's been a fantastic week. And I hope, again, I'll say this again, I hope you all see the value in not only the actual entries, but the confidence in directionality. That's the key. That's the key. When do you think you'll start the afternoon stream? Probably mid-August. Early to mid-August is when I'm looking to start. But the kids being home from school, it's difficult to do an afternoon stream with them here. I can't have them be quiet like all day. So we'll do we'll do August. I mean, my office is tight, but kids are loud. Thanks, Mojo. All right, y'all. I'll see you back on Monday morning. I'll see the Tier 2 Sunday night for the weekly brief. Otherwise, I will see you all bright and early Monday morning for another extraordinary week. Until next time, I'm out. See you.